Hi guys, and welcome to this, indeed, another show, another episode of The Overcoming with me, Fortune. And as I always tell you, we really appreciate your support, and every time that you do comment or maybe give us your opinion about the show, it's really an appreciation from my side. I hope you're well today, and indeed I'm here to give you or to bring you another episode of The Overcoming. Now today it's a challenge that I want to give to everyone, because today we're gonna be talking about identity. And I don't know how many times that you found yourself having maybe gone through a situation of stigma, or because maybe you lost something, a part of your identity. My guest today, she'll be talking about a called journey that she has gone through her life, a journey of 5 years, 5 good years of a called journey. My guest today, Gladys Chege. How are you?
Very well.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're so much privileged that you have you created time to join us today. So remember, guys, as we continue, remember you are watching Talanta TV right here, and remember to do comment right there, down there. Give us your opinion, or maybe if you have any question to our guest today, make sure you do comment there, and we get him back to you. So karibu sana.
Asante.
I just said Gladys Chege.
Yes.
Now maybe if you can introduce yourself widely or deeply or broadly.
Yes.
Who's Gladys Chege? Yes, karibu sana.
Gladys Chege, and more to that, I'm a born-again Christian. I love Jesus Christ. He's the pillar of my life. I'm a kindergarten teacher. That is a passion. I love kids. I love working with them. And I'm also a Sunday school teacher in my church, which I thank God that for the last 21 years I've been a kindergarten teacher.
21 good years.
Yes, I've been teaching kindergarten. And for the Sunday school, this is my 19th year teaching Sunday school. And I love it very, very much.
Basically, you just love kids.
I just love working with the kids environment.
Wow.
Anything about kids, I'll go back there and work. Yes.
As I told you, today we're going to be talking about identity. And to be specific, we'll be talking about beauty. And I don't know, today I feel like dedicating this show to the ladies. Because ladies, you're so much deeper into beauty. Now, Gladys here, she has, or maybe she went through a condition, and she's one of a group that I've known today, the Bold and the Beauty. And she'll be telling us about her story. And I know someone somewhere, you need to hear this story right here, so that maybe you can change or that one step or that one part of your life to take that a turnaround situation onto you. So let's begin.
My journey started in 2010.
Okay.
In 2010, I used to rock my natural hair, which I loved very much. Actually, you couldn't have touched my hair. I only had one specific person who used to do my hair, and that is my big sister. She was the only person I could have allowed to do. I was very specific when it comes to my hair. I stuck to my sister. And all along she did my hair, and it used to be very nice. Until sometime in 2010, when I was undoing some braids, we realized I had a bald spot at the nape of my head. And when I was asked about it, I was like, probably when they were undoing my hair, maybe they pulled.
Maybe someone messed up something.
Yeah, and we didn't take it. I mean, it was just nothing, but when I would touch it, it was quite very smooth. Smooth, that there was nothing.
No pain?
No pain, no nothing. And because it didn't bother me at all, I just decided, let me still go on and have my hair done as usual, and go on with my usual errands, teaching, of course. I did my hair, and then after a while, when they were still undoing my hair, they realized the spot, it's getting wider. And they mentioned it to me again. And since it didn't ring a bell, I told them it's not painful. Nothing is happening. I mean, we've not changed anything. My sister is the one still doing it. We didn't pull the hair. So we didn't take any precaution because we didn't even know what it was. And we just ignored it, actually. And we did our hair. My hair was done again.
Yes.
Around 2011, when I was undoing my hair, we realized that there was a bald patch now in the middle.
It was growing now.
Now there's one at the back, and now there's another one at the middle part. The middle one was not so pronounced, but it was there. When I was shown through the mirror, I freaked because I didn't know.
For the first time?
Yes, I freaked because I was scared. I didn't know what it was. I told them, don't even comb my hair, don't do anything to my hair. I wait until we get to know what is happening. So I remember calling my sister because she was not at the salon at the moment and telling her how my hair is looking. And she told me not to have it touched first until she comes. And she came, they looked at it. She told me probably it's something that is your system. It's something maybe in the system. We need to seek for medical attention, which I did. I did see a doctor. And that time I was actually given a fungal infection dose. Because
they thought it was fungal.
Actually, it looked like more of a fungal infection because it was like a round one here and a round one. Not the way the ringworms are, but that one was very smooth but round. So we did the fungal medication for a whole month. And in that month, when I was taking the medication, instead of it reducing, actually now it started increasing. Now that was the time it was alarming for me because I didn't know what is this. We can't understand it. The doctor just told me it's a fungal infection. I did go back to the doctor, and the doctor said probably it's something that is deeper in your blood. But that time I was so discouraged. The discouragement had already started setting in.
Yeah, because now at first you were told it was fungal, and then you used the products and it wasn't changing, it was just increasing.
Yes. That particular time I remember ringing my younger sister.
Yes.
And I actually explained to her what I was going through. My sister, that time her son had an eczema condition, and she was going to see a dermatologist in Thika. She told me whether I can accompany her. In the process of the son being treated, we can probably
get a checkup.
Just have a checkup. I went to Thika, and we went and got to the dermatologist, and he looked at me and he checked the whole thing. And he told me probably it's something, alopecia, something, but we need to conduct some few tests
so that they can know
exactly
really
what is happening. And I remember him doing some ointment on my head, and he told me it might irritate, but I didn't question
the irritation,
the kind of what irritation, the level of irritation.
Yes.
I mean, I was just, when he applied, nothing, so I didn't feel any irritation, so I didn't know
if it will get worse
or not.
Yes.
2 to 3 days after that, the head started having blisters. The places where the ointment was poured, there was some blisters now, like the burn blisters. Yes. And that threw me to a panic. I remember getting the card, calling the doc, and asking the doctor what happened.
Yes.
And he told me, he now tried to explain to me, that is the kind of the irritation I was talking about. It was like, I wish you prepared me. I didn't know.
So it was just like a surprise to
you? It was a surprise to me. And after that, because I had my long hair, I'd still kept my long hair. Now, due to the blister, and the blister had busted, and it was not a very good sign.
It became a wound?
Yeah, it became a wound. So I had to have my hair shaved, so at least so that it is easier for me to clean up the wound.
Yes.
But I remember I had just kidogo hair that was left on my head. And after that, I didn't feel like I want to go and see a doctor again, because I was like, I don't want to go back to that doctor. He didn't prepare me. I mean, I had a lot of bitterness. Now already my hair is cut. I don't have hair. I still have the patches. I'm now having a scar on that place. So I'm wondering, well, I mean, what is the need of me going to see the doc? I said, even if I have to do it, I have to seek for another opinion.
At that time, you were still working?
I'm still working, and I'm working and hiding what I'm going through. I would just tell my employer, I need to go and see a doctor. I'm having a pimple on the head that needs to be cleaned up. I remember that is all I used to tell my then employer. And she would tell me, it's okay, you can go. I sought for another opinion from another doctor. I actually saw like now 4 doctors in a row. I was being told this is what we call alopecia. I'd never heard of alopecia.
So now
that was a new terminology.
Coming through.
Being a teacher and the way I loved looking for words, I mean, this is new, very new. I had now to make Google my friend.
Yes.
I went back to the net, start searching, what is this alopecia? I have a brother and a sister who are in the medical world. So I kept on seeking also from them. I would tell them, this is what the doctors are telling me. Please help me do more research on this. And we did. He did a good, thorough job, because we ended up seeing what is alopecia. Alopecia is whereby it's a hair loss. It's the hair loss. And it can happen to either a lady or a man. It doesn't respect any gender.
So generally a hair loss is it just only the head? From your head?
The hair loss now, then it was only on the head.
That time? That
time it was at the head, and that is the time we were having, the doctor told me that this is alopecia areata. Alopecia areata is whereby you have lost hair and you have patches on the head only, and that is what I was experiencing. So I'm being put under medication. The medications are very strong and of course very expensive. Just like we all know, beauty products are generally expensive. Yes. Likewise with the treatment, it was quite a fortune for me. I had to start now looking, the monies that I had were good enough for me to be able to do the treatment and maintain myself. So I would be told, go buy this kind of a product.
Yes.
I would go buy it. I would use it, probably to react on it would either work, and then these are trial and errors. Some were trial and errors.
There is no promise.
It's not a promise. Yes.
So you just try.
You just try it. Maybe it is not working. That's a whole 5,000 that has gone down to the drain. You end up throwing that product. You go
for another one.
You go back to the doctor. You ask the doctor for another opinion. And the doctor would tell you, probably this one didn't work because, and all this time, I had not been done a clear diagnosis. What is the cause? Because for everything, you have to deal with the root.
Yes.
So we are just dealing with the loss itself, but we are not looking at what are the underlying issues within my body that is causing this hair loss. After a very long time of visiting different doctors, I want to go to a now fully fledged hospital. I will go to a hospital, assume I've never been treated for any condition, and start again. Afresh. And that's when I decided I'd go to Kijabe Hospital, Mission Hospital. And I went there as a new patient. I didn't even tell them
that you have gone through any
medication.
I
didn't even want to go to that story, because I didn't want them to relate to the
same story to
yes,
come back
I didn't want that.
Yes.
Number one, at this particular time when I'm resulting to go to Kijabe, I'm already so discouraged, because the rate the hair was falling was very alarming.
So now the hair started falling.
Yes, the hair is
patch
by patch, at the back, in the middle, here, and then the front part. I didn't have the hair here at the front. I mean, it was like a funny scenario, and I hated myself. Let me tell you for truth, I didn't want to even to look at myself in a mirror. I hated myself.
So okay, how did you get to manage to do your errands?
I would do a wig.
So
I now resorted to buying a wig and hide myself with it. You know, when I just do a wig, nobody would know.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I'm just like any other person with
Yes.
hair, full head, you know. And actually, I would go for a very nice wig that you can compliment me. And those were the days I would dress so smartly
that you
now
won't even know.
I didn't want people to notice anything. So I'm looking for some compliments that, you know, somebody would tell me you're so smart, and I'm like, yeah, thank you. You know, they didn't know that deep within me, I'm hurting.
Yes.
I'm having something I'm dealing with that I have no answer to it.
And I think a lot of people go through the same.
Yes.
We go through a lot of situations, but because we don't know what will happen when we say what you're going through, we decide to hide it in ourselves.
Yes. So that time when I was going to Kijabe, when we started the test,
yes,
and the doctor, I found a very good doctor. I would able to ask a lot of questions. And the doctor, I remember after we were done with the sessions and they told me to do all the tests, they did a lot, they did quite a number of them. And I remember I would not leave the hospital without the test. I used to tell them, please put the urgent notion on my test. Because I'm imagining the journey I've taken all the way from Muthiru to Kijabe, then you tell me to come for the results. I just wanted deal with the case, let me know. I get to know how I'm going.
Results.
You know, I'd already gone through a lot, so I need give me the answer.
Too much.
Give me an answer to what is happening. I remember after we did, and he told me this is now what we have found out. I asked him, could you be having any dermatologist on call? Probably I can talk more to him, just to get a few an information or what. And luckily there was one, a missionary for that matter, and I really talked with him, and he kept on. He became like the person who counseled me through, and for me to even be able to face a new day, I really needed somebody to tell me,
to give you hope.
This is it.
Yes.
And he kept on telling me, Gladys, you believe in God. With hair loss, it's either it comes or it never comes back. But out of the tests they had done, they had realized that the hair follicles were all gotten very weak. And this was due to autoimmune. Autoimmune is whereby your body is fighting itself within. So what it fought most was the hair follicles. That's why I started experiencing the hair loss. Actually, some people with autoimmune are so healthy. How can your body start fighting itself? It shows you're very healthy.
Yes.
So I actually, right now, I laugh about it. And out of it, he started walking the journey with me. He did walk a journey of 6 months with me. And I'm always grateful to God that I actually met him. Yes. Because I think that time I had already absconded my duties. I actually kept on telling them, I'm not coming today. I would make a call, I'm not coming to work.
So you resigned?
I didn't do a resignation letter per se. I can't say I resigned. I kind of like absconded my duties. Because I couldn't understand myself.
So the whole condition pushed you
It pushed me to a point that I closed up. I'm this bubbly person, a happy person. I'm actually, anytime I come in, I'm like, you people, you'll have to talk. I can't stay in a quiet place. I mean, I won't just, you know, the way kids walk in somewhere. Having worked with kids for many years, I became now those two characters that kids bear. I'm always having like, hi everybody, you know. I'll make everybody.
And at that moment, you couldn't give that.
I couldn't. I mean, you are like, you'd come, hi. Simple, and I mean, no beyond there. Don't ask me what is happening. Don't ask me anything. I resorted to sleeping on the couch. I mean, everything. I only used to have my laptop on my laps. I put my headphones and listen to worship music. Actually, that is all I could do. I don't even
For how
know.
long?
Well, I stayed in the house for close to an year.
In the house.
In the house.
What were your fears those days?
Those days, my fears were, I don't know how to face the world. I cannot be able to face another day the way I am. I mean, I'm so used to be this person with hair. Suddenly it has gone lost. I don't even know how I'll face even my own people, apart from my family, my immediate family members who knew what was happening to me. I even used to caution them not to tell anybody I'm sick. You'd tell me you're coming at home, I used to have a hat next to me where I am.
So
such that even if a knock comes at the door,
you're on it.
I'm on it. And don't ask me why. I'm having a heart. Alternatively, I would stand up, go do a wig, which I wouldn't stay with it for long because that time my scalp had become so sensitive. And anything, even if I would have scratched it a bit, maybe I'm just scratching kidogo, it would have actually gotten swollen. At times I would get like a swelling and it used to be very painful. So it was kind of rather very sensitive. So it just needed to be on just like that. Plain. Then I had a problem with high humid, very hot weather, very cold weather.
So both summer and winter did affect you?
Both summer and winter did affect me so much. So I kept it, I needed just room temperature, if I can say that. Room temperature was what was working for me. A lot of encouragement I got from the team members whom we work with in church from the Sunday school. They would actually come. Actually, I never used even to go to church. I would wake up, call my team members, tell them, by the way, today, I'm just going to be away. I'm doing something, and mark you, I'm just seated on the couch. So when it was like 4 or 5 Sundays, I'm still calling. A few of them came looking for me to find out what is happening.
Because they sensed.
This is unlike me.
Let me ask you.
Yes, please.
Did you hate yourself?
Very much. Very much. I never wanted to see a mirror. I used to love doing makeups, by the way. Beauty is something I have been, because even in high school I would hide lipstick in my lip balm. Yes. I was that kind of a crazy person. I would hide my lipstick.
So you couldn't go without.
I was so used. I mean, I loved to do makeups then. So I couldn't look at the mirror because I was like, number one, the medication that I used to have, some would react to my skin if it would spill. And there's no way I would do some spray, because some were sprays, it would still spill over on the face. So I had developed bad acne, very painful. I had a season that I never wanted to. It wasn't a beautiful scenario. So I'm having acne.
Couldn't even look.
I'm having acne. I'm having no hair. Actually, very tiny spots that I've been left with very little hair. So there was nothing. I never saw anything good out of me.
So you lost yourself.
I lost myself that time, and I would just sit, stay in the couch, no nothing. Don't tell me to do anything for you. I actually didn't have even the strength to do anything within me.
So within that period, what was going on in your mind?
Well, I kept on asking. So I had a lot of questions within me. Number one, I got saved when I was 15 years old. I've been serving in the youth. Now I'm a Sunday school teacher. I had a lot of questions to go. I mean, I was so bitter. Number one, I was bitter with God because I kept on asking God,
why?
After serving you so many years, is this the reward? Because I kept on saying nothing good, but this is is this the reward, God, you're giving me for serving you for so long? I was very bitter, by the way. And anything little would trigger me to either I would cry or I would shut up and close it and never talk about it. And you would never know what kind of moods I'm in. I had a change of mood, suddenly change of moods.
Did you lose friends those times?
Actually, I'm the one who avoided. I'm the person who didn't want to be with people. I actually, for once, I became a loner. Being a person who has been
that
bubbly person,
proud extrovert to
yes, actually,
an introvert.
I actually got to be introverted, and it became a lifestyle which even up to date I enjoy staying alone. Actually, I was once a very outgoing extrovert person. I mean, but that changed. I didn't know I would change. Through it all, I remember I had one pastor in church who kept on encouraging me way before the hair loss journey. She kept on telling me, Teacher Gladys, never let anything steal your joy. And she would say those words so many times, and I never used to. I mean, you know, the way I would tell you something repeatedly, and because I was this happy girl, I would be like, it's okay.
I'm always happy.
I'm always happy after all. Wait until I was hit by alopecia. That's when I got to know you can lose your joy completely. And she kept on telling me, you know, the joy of the Lord is always our strength.
Yes.
So don't allow anything to steal your joy. And for once, my joy was stolen. I didn't have the strength. I didn't have anything. I couldn't pray. I was already bitter with God. So why am I praying in the first place? I just wanted to keep everything to myself. You'd ask me, somebody would come and try to encourage me, and I would tell them, by the way, I know that word. It is tough to preach to somebody who knows the scriptures.
Yes.
Or to try to encourage. I would tell them, I know it. What is it doing to me right now? Because I wanted something who could come with an answer of what I am going through. And the pain that was within me was so much. I would tell people, I loved my hair. I love my hair. And I kept on telling people, all my hair is gone. But all in all, through a lot of encouragement, a lot of prayers and support from so many people that were very close to me, I started kind of like appreciating myself. I'd never seen the other side of me, of beauty without hair.
So now
I'd never looked at that point.
I've
never looked at it until now, when I'd lost all my hair. I remember somebody told me, just try and take a photo of yourself and see how you look like. But that time I never did any photos. I would only tell, and even I have a few photos for that journey for hair loss.
Yes.
Some I deleted out of. Actually, I had a whole album of the journey because I kept on putting them in photos.
Building a documentary or something.
Yeah, so that I kept, I had hopes. Yes. When it will grow, I would tell people, this is what I went through, Wow. When I lost all of it, I remember I deleted over 1,000 photos, which I regret today. I wish I kept them.
Wow. Because
it was a documentary of the whole journey. Because every time I would tell my nephews, come and take a photo of my head. Let me see. At times I would tell them, just take and don't show me. Actually, don't show me. So when I got so annoyed with it, apart from the photos that I couldn't see, or maybe they were in somebody's phone, the photos that were in the current phone I was using, I remember deleting a whole folder of them.
Wow. Guys, folks, I'm with Gladys. Check right here. She's narrating our story on how she got to lose her hair and how she got to a point of overcoming, because here is all about overcoming and helping you out in that condition or that situation that you're going through. We're going to be going for a very short commercial break. Then we're going to be back to hear more from Gladys on her journey of overcoming baldness. Don't go far.
Talanta Institute is a TVET college that has nurtured outstanding talents. We train in TV and film production, journalism, music, animation, performing arts, digital marketing, photography, and DJing. We are located at Ambank House along University Way and also at YMCA Shauri Moyo, Nairobi. We also mentor in entrepreneurship and life skills. Call us on 0734 777778. Talanta Institute, unveiling champions. They say everything in life is somewhere else, and you get there in a vehicle. At Digital Driving School, we equip our students with more than just driving skills. We believe that when safety is first, we can avoid loss, save lives, and time. That is why we teach defensive driving. We also equip our students with basic mechanical training because caution is the parent of safety. Join Digital Driving School today for more than just driving skills. For more information, call us on 0792 471511.
Welcome back. This is The Overcome with me, Fortune, and today with my guest right here, Gladys Chege. And today is, as we started, I told you, like, I feel like dedicating this show to the ladies, but also men. I know there are people who are going through the same situation, maybe that she has gone through, or maybe something similar to that. And I always tell you, your comments, your opinion really matter to us. What you need to do, just comment down there, and then we'll be viewing your feedback later on. So Gladys, back to you.
Yes, please.
Now, you stayed in the house for 1 year because of you were bitter with yourself, with God, with the whole situation, and you couldn't face the world.
Yes.
So let's now talk to the part where how or when did it get to you that now I can start a new chapter, or maybe I can get out of the house and start a new chapter? When did you get to that?
I got a lot of encouragement from my parents, my siblings, and my late aunt. They kept on talking and talking over to me, and that's when I saw the beauty beyond the hair.
Beauty beyond the hair.
Yes. That particular time also, my aunt loved short hair. So we should actually look at me and tell me, you see, even me, I'm very beautiful even without hair. Then I would come out, then I would go to church, but in wigs or a hat. And I kept on wondering how would people react when they see I'm bald, because I would get tired of wigs, I would get tired of hats. I just wanted to be real.
So apart from your aunt, did you at some point meet someone who was going through the same condition that you were going through?
Oh yes, I did. Through the social media, of course. I met somebody had posted about something, hair loss. And I saw people, the way they were commenting, I got agitated. And I did put a comment there because of having gone through hair loss. I knew the kind of a pain that particular lady who had posted a post.
So the feedback that was coming through wasn't positive?
Wasn't positive. They kept on, some were making fun out of it. So I looked at the way that you go reading the comments. It's really agitated me, and it caught my eye, knowing I had gone through it. So I decided, instead of joining the wagon of just making reckless comments, let me put some sensible comment on it. And out of that comment, another lady did comment below me. We builded up a comment, and then we started a conversation. She asked me whether I've gone through hair loss, because she saw in my comment it was passion. I wrote it with a lot of passion. And out of that, she told me they had started a group of people who are experiencing hair loss.
The same condition.
and if I would be willing to join the team, which I did. And from there, the ones called journey started becoming warm because we were...
You found that you were not...
I was not
you were
alone.
Not yourself, or maybe you are not alone.
I'm not alone in this.
Yes.
Only that in the team, I was the only person who had the extreme. My case was extreme because the rest, okay, alopecia varies in stages. There's alopecia areata, whereby it's just patches on the head. There's alopecia totalis, whereby it's patches on the head and you've lost all your hair, eyebrows. There is also alopecia hydrogenetic. That one is genetically.
Yes.
You've gotten it, somebody in your family had it, so you also
you acquire it.
And there is the alopecia universalis. This one is whereby you lose all your body hair. What do I mean by body hair? I mean even the filters in the nose, the filters in the ears, your pubic hair, any hair in the body, including your lashes and eyebrows, every hair. I'd lost all that.
So that now was your condition?
That was my condition. So I kept on encouraging the rest because I saw, oh, so I'm a strong person. I can be able to encourage these other people. So it's a group that we've been working. We call ourselves Bold, Bald, and Beautiful. Bald and beautiful, which we are. Actually, that one we always admit we are. And
so at that time when you were starting the group, how many were you?
We were around three. But right now the group is grown to around 51 members.
Wow. And
we have a gentleman in that group actually.
Wow. Cutting across the country?
Yeah, we have different all over. Yes. And that group has really helped me to bounce back to me, to the Gladys I used to be.
Yes.
Whereby right now I'm never shaken by any comment. I'm never bothered by do I have hair or not. It's never an issue anymore. Actually, even when the brows and the eyelashes started growing, I never realized. Interesting, I never realized. But actually right now I cannot call myself now in the universalis because the filters are back. I have the body fur is back now. At least I have the body fur. And before then I was prone even to a lot of infection because I don't have any protection in my body. Like my eyes were forever swollen. Any little bag in the air, I would collect it. Yes, because I never had, though I didn't know the importance of the filter.
Yes.
Yeah, but right now, I'm always grateful to God. In the journey, I remember I went through one time I went through a nasty experience. I just started, that is the time in 2015, now I had really accepted myself.
Now the journey of recovery now,
I'm recovering. I've already gone back to work.
Yes.
I've already told people this is me now. You used to know me when I had hair. Now this is the Gladys you'll be seeing.
You went back to work?
Yes, I did. I did go back to work in 2014 after a lot of encouragement. And also, I felt I don't feel like staying in the house again.
And this time around, no wigs.
Sorry?
You didn't have wig on you.
Okay, first when I went back to work, I went back with wigs. I didn't have the courage to unveil my baldness. But later now, in 2014 is when I unveiled my baldness. 2014, 2015, thereabout.
How was the reaction around the people?
Well, the first reaction I ever got was, you're so pretty, you're beautiful the way you are. I was like, without hair, you mean? You know, I was still not able to come into terms that you can be bald and beautiful. The reaction that I got, I used to get very positive reactions. I would go probably even to the bus stops, would very comfortable. you hear words being thrown in the air, where at hauna hasara, you know.
Because you don't pay salon
You don't,
anymore.
they no longer go to the hair salon, you know.
Yes.
But one particular incident, I was going to my cousin's place, I boarded a matatu to Kenyatta Road, and a guy just gets in the vehicle and slaps my head. I thought it was
From nowhere?
From nowhere. We were just seated right next to one another in the matatu, and he just slaps my head. So I thought probably his hand was up, he was putting it down.
Accidentally.
It was accidental. I don't react in the first reaction. I mean, I went on minding my own business.
You just assumed.
Not even a minute or so is over, he slaps again my head. And this time I ask him, so why are you slapping my head? All along, this guy is looking at my head. He's getting annoyed that I've shaved.
Really?
So I'm looking at him and I'm like, this is my choice. Before he did a third slap, another guy was seated opposite. He's the one who intervened.
Was he normal?
Very normal. Very normal. And it caused a bit of commotion in the matatu. And I remember he was frogged out of the matatu. He was told actually to learn how to respect women by the conductor and the guy who actually came to my aid. And here he even apologized actually on behalf of the guy. He felt so bad. He was like, no, that is not the way he should have treated you. It was a nasty experience. Of course, I had already accepted myself. I went some few steps behind, because that day I went to the house. I'm wondering what's wrong with hair loss. What's wrong with me being bald? Again, I resorted to wigs.
You went back to wigs.
I went back to wigs
because of that incident.
Yes. And
talking about that.
Yes.
What were other sad moments or low moments?
Some other low moments for me, when I lost my uncle, my favorite aunt, and my grandma.
The aunt that used to encourage you.
My aunt used to encourage me so much. That time, that was in 2015 when I lost them. When I lost my uncle, most people at home didn't even know that I had lost my hair or whether I'm bald.
So it was still a secret?
It was still, I'm bald, I'm accepting myself, I'm 50-50. To these people, I am with a wig. To these people, I'm with a hat. To these people, I'm minus anything.
Yes.
I had categorized people the way I'm able to face people. But when I lost my uncle, I never remembered that I didn't have my wig on, I didn't have my hat on. Actually, that was, okay, it was like a blessing in disguise, because it pushed me out of the cocoon of being, hiding myself in the hat, hiding myself in the wigs.
Yes.
I went publicly bald. And I had started it even at school where I was teaching, but this time around now I went bald completely. And I've never gone back to it.
And
though at times
regretted.
I usually have some low moments, and when at times I have some low moments, you will find me in a wig. Like the beginning of this year, I had a few low moments. I don't know what, okay, I can't really explain what had gotten over me. I found myself being low. I don't want to face myself without anything. So I resorted to a wig for 2-3 days. I felt I'm not comfortable.
You went back now to your original you.
Went back to me. So at times there are moments that you're feeling you're a bit low, and at times you are very okay, very strong. Yes.
Amazing. Let's now talk about the lessons that you've learned in that period of the call journey of 5 years. What are the lessons that you learned all through that journey? And also relating to, because you see, I always take ladies and beauties are like this.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true.
So, and also referring like to the life that you're living, the life that you're living, the Christian life. What were those lessons that you did learn all through that journey?
The lessons that I learned through the hair loss, number one, I have learned never to take anything for granted in this life. There is a season I got to learn the importance of every strand of hair in my body. I didn't know I never thought I can stay without filters. I didn't know the importance of filters. I didn't know eyelashes were important until I lost them. Because I had swollen eyes. For 6 years I stayed with swollen eyes. I used to have sleep bags. You would always think I never get enough sleep, and it's because it was because I didn't have eyelashes, so my eyes would swell very easily due to any foreign particle. I've also learned to trust in God. That through the hair loss journey, because I remember the doctor when I lost my hair completely. I remember he told me, this hair, unless God does a miracle, it's never coming back. It's never coming back. And I said it's good he mentioned on God, the God whom I trust, because I dared the God that the doctor talked about, and because of my strong belief in God, I dared my God. I told God, they said it will only take a miracle for my hair to grow, and I know you're a miracle worker, so you can cause my hair to grow. And out of that, I cannot say that I am where I was, because there is a lot of change that I've noted. Notable change for the last quarter of last year is when I realized my eyelashes, my eyebrows are coming back, my eyelashes are back, the filters are back, and on my head, I never had a rough scalp. Actually, my scalp was very smooth, extremely smooth. Right now, you can even, from far, you can see some strands of hair standing up. Yeah, I know, and I know the God of miracles will still grow it back. Yes.
And we pray for that.
Amen.
And your final word to someone who's going through similar issue, or someone who's feeling like the stigma. Someone who's going through the low moment, maybe because of a similar situation, or maybe they are struggling with something in their lives. What can you tell them?
I would tell you, people who are going through stigma, especially on hair loss, I would tell you that we are not our hair. You're not your hair.
You're not your hair.
You are not your hair. There is beauty beyond the hair. And if you're going through a stigma of a scar that was caused through in life because of something, I always tell people nowadays that our scar is always a trophy of victory, because that scar means you're healed. It's just a constant reminder that I went through it. So if you're going through a stigma of a nature, look at it from a healed scar. Get to know that your scars will always be trophies. When you count how many scars you have in your life, take them now as trophies. These are the trophies I've won in this life.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is how I'm looking at everything. I look at my bald head, I call it a trophy in life. This is a trophy, and I would forever talk about scars nowadays. I never used to talk about scars, but out of the lessons I have learned, for me, a scar is a trophy.
Amazing.
So anybody going through an issue in life, look at it at the positive. Look at the positive part of it. There's always a positive part in everything.
In every battle.
In every part of life, there's always that one positive thing. Magnify the positive, leave the negatives. And when you don't look at the negatives, you will realize that the positive will be more than the negatives. Yeah.
You've talked about beauty, bald, and
beautiful.
Bald and beautiful. How can someone get in touch?
If you would want to get in touch with the group, currently it's a WhatsApp group. We've not opened it as a page or so. They can
come through you.
You can
You're
come
on Facebook?
through. Yes, I'm on Facebook. On Facebook, you can get me as Chege Gladys.
Chege Gladys.
Yes. On Facebook. And you will see a very pretty bald lady on the photo.
Amen. Amazing.
And in IG, I'm Sege, C-E.
C-E-G-E.
Yes.
Sege.
Sege Gladys. Still, you will see a bald.
Yes.
Twitter the same. I'm Gladys Sege. That one I've used.
Gladys
A Chege that doesn't have a H
H.
in the middle.
Amazing.
Yes.
So if you need to get in touch with her, or maybe you're going through the same situation that she has gone through, maybe you might need a help from her, or maybe from the entire group, you know how to join her and the other friends that she has. And also for men, also we are calling upon for men also to get the boldness to join the group.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Can you say you are an overcomer?
Yes, I am an overcomer.
You are indeed an overcomer.
I'm an overcomer. I have overcome. Actually, I always now tell hair loss came in too late because I have overcome.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. And we really love these testimonials. Why? Because I know every day, every Tuesday, someone's life get transformed in one way or another. Remember, if you have similar stories you can share with us, you can inbox us right here at Talanta TV and we'll get in touch with you. Thank you very much for watching. Indeed, it has been an amazing show, and I know somewhere you've been touched by her story. Because why? We are all overcomers at the end of the day. Don't struggle, don't get depressed.
Yes.
Don't let stigma pin you down. Why? Because at the end of the day, there is light. Thank you very much. My name is Fortune. You can search me on Facebook, MC Fortune, on Twitter, Twitter and IG, also MC Fortune. Let's get to interact more. Let's get to encourage one another. Until next time, God bless you.